Hello, this is the Jack of Strategy Games commentary, bringing you a game of Supreme Commander 2. We've got a top versus bottom game here. We've got myself and Ruffle King, who are both Aeon, and we are going up against the bottom, who is Dirty Lobster, who's UEF, and Dark Assassin, who's also Aeon. Well, 3 Aeons and 1 UEF. AC-1000s are going to be our biggest threat. Demolishers will also be our threat. And then there's also Dark going air, which can also be a huge threat for us. So we've got to cover all our bases here, and by doing so, the easiest way would be both of us going air, which is exactly what we do. Both with the instant air factory at the start there. Lobster's also investing in air. You can see he's got an air factory out, and there goes his first scout. Looks like Dark's going to be going land. Well, who's going to scout who first, I wonder? It looks like me and Lobster both set out at the same time, completely passing each other. I try to turn around and intercept. Lobster just sits there, missing an order. And then I mess up completely. And I allow him to even scout my teammate Ruffle King. Luckily we finally catch him there and at least get a free kill. And there goes a bomber. But I'm instantly going for Dirty Lobster's mass point radar. Good. It's always good to actually blind the enemy early on. And I also get a free plane kill. And do I go for another one? No, I do not. Instead I'm going for the factory. But there's no way I can kill it with 4 planes, even if it's just started building. So it's time to regroup my planes and see what else I can do. I only have 2 factories up, which is rather weak. Lobster's already building his third. Lobster also has a mass advantage, as he already built all his mass points. I have yet to build my last one, it's just started building this instant. And what's this from Dark? Dark has built the structural attack missile launcher, and already is wreaking havoc on Ruffle King. There goes 1 mass point, 2 mass point, and there goes a 3rd mass point. There's nothing Ruffle King can do at this point. Dark's also using the factory shield to keep his attack missile launcher alive. All the while, Lobster's building a massive air force up. It's going to take a combined effort to deal with that structural attack missile launcher from me and Ruffle. Although we can't deal with it directly, we can at least go for the mass, and that's exactly what we do. But Lobster's going for Ruffle King, and we try to pounce on him. And here's a combined strike, hopefully we'll come out on top. This air fight really matters for us. Looks like we're doing well. He's trying to drag us into the AA, and he gets 3 of my planes. So we decide to retarget the mass point. Here comes Lobster's planes. And he tries to drag us into the mobile AA once again, and he gets another 2 of Ruffle King's planes. We're both on 4 planes each. He's on 3, but he does have more built. Then again, so do I. All the while, Ruffle King is on no mass whatsoever. He's doing a switch to land. I believe at this point he had not spent any of his research points, so at this point he was going for slip tacks, the mobile missile defense. We're really gonna need it. Engineer, why are you in the middle of the map? I don't remember doing that. But once again, engaged on Lobster's planes, and Lobster's planes are melting, as well as my own. But thanks to our combined effort, we do come out on top, and Lobster's resorted to fleeing over to AA again. I only lose 1 plane this time, but while he's over there, we're taking our frustration out on Lobster. Going for the mass points. It's always worthwhile going for the mass points. It's just a matter of inflicting as much damage as possible on them all. He is bringing his mobile AA across, and we instantly have to pull out. Luckily, I only lost 1 plane to them once again. The structural attack missile launcher still wreaking havoc. Those slip tacks are protecting Ruffle King, however, which is all good. All the while, I missed it, but I did ninja engineer all the way down the side of the map. Captured a mass extractor, and I captured an engineer. Lobster's desperately trying to bomb the hell out of it so he doesn't get it. But a quick stop order and he loses track of it. He's looking far too ahead of it to try and kill it, which is fortunate, and with the 2nd wave of bombers dead, I can move it out again. Free research is always wonderful. Damn. Dark's also retargeted his attack missile launcher on my factories. He's also took out a mass point. Ruffle King is sending his slip tacks round to help deal with it. And we're now blind as he's killed both radars almost simultaneously. Well, the slip tacks are in position, time to rebuild. And that's exactly what we're doing. Right now, it's probably in their favour now. I have quite the air superiority going. Ruffle King's now investing in land. We've kind of got all bases covered now. Now it's just a matter of taking out these mass points of lobsters. Just outmanoeuvring the mobile AA and dealing with the planes while I can. Looks like Dark's going for an all-out attack. Looks like Dark's idea is a all-or-nothing strike here, sending everything, including all his AA. There's a moment when we'll strike, but now's not the time. I do not have Scorch Bombs. The instant I unlock Scorch Bombs, you can bet your ass I'm going to strike on this land force. I'm going to keep my planes alive for that to work. Moving out for some stop order. Nope, he's not stopping. He's regrouping his forces though, and he's moving out once again. Strike on a factory. He's coming back once again. Finishes factory, and I believe at this point I get Scorched Bombs and I go for the land force. No? There goes Ruffle King's comm. He was trying to deter the land force as much as possible, but it did not work. And I'm killing Lobster's planes. He's trying to drag me into the factory AA. It doesn't work. I just completely ignored the remains of his planes, and at this point I'm going for that land force. I've got Scorched Bombs, I've got flares. They are not a threat anymore, and here comes the split up. You can see my forces splitting up, and here comes a massive bombing run. And I killed an entire line. Wonderful. Now at this point I'll just let them retarget whatever they want, and they will kill en masse. Ooh, that land force is melting to my Scorch Bombs. I love Aeon planes for that. They are just godly when dealing with non-Cybran shields. And that land force is quickly dealt with. All we lost was two mass extractors. And now it's time to strike again. Going for the mass points. Take out the planes. They're trying to drag me over the AA, but I do quickly change and go for a Lobster's base instead. Going straight for the mass points. Scorch Bombs make it so much easier. 3 mass points are free. Well, Ruffle King is building a land force. He's using his planes to defend my comm, it looks like. And once again, I let my planes retarget whatever the hell they want in Lobster's base. Nothing threatens them anymore, so why not? I have no concern of managing them anymore. Lobster's last air force got massacred over Ruffle King's base, so that did nothing. So now the only threat is Dark. Lobster is trying to flee with his comm. I'm not going to allow that. A single bombing run takes a third of its health off. Another bombing run down to 2/3. It does make it to the shield, however, which is a bit of a problem, and Dark's coming to protect him. At this point, I shout to Ruffle King to bomb the hell out of that factory, and that he does. Once the shields go down, in comes me. I want that comm dead. I want Lobster out of this game, and then we can focus all our attention on Dark. Oh yeah, 2 on 1. Dark's in a bit of a predicament now. There's little he can do to win at this point. His initial research for tactical missile launchers did not pan out in late game. We did manage to counter them early on, which was brilliant for us. He is getting shields though, because he knows I've got Scorch Bombs, so he's going on the defensive. But I also have flares, so his mobile AA is kinda hampered. And terrible planes. I lose quite a few of them to that AA. That was a foolish order I gave there. I don't know what happened. But at this point, Ruffle King is moving out his tanks. We're going to need a combined strike here to deal with the shield. My Scorch Bombs are considerably weaker to shields. I will lose a lot more before I get through them. Dark knows this and he's going to use his shields as much as he can. He's even building a nuke silo. Oh my god. At least we know where all Dark's research went. Well, with that nuke silo, it's a big problem for us. We're going to have to deal with that soon. Although by this point in the game, we have no idea he even has it. Not a clue. We all assumed it was just another shield generator. So we're being cautious here, not knowing the impending doom upon us. Dark's just sitting, doing everything he can to even hide it, trying to use his tanks to even hide the structure from radar. You can barely see it from all the icons. But Ruffle King is slowly moving out, and hopefully, if he can punch down the shields, I can bomb the hell out of the mobile AA. But it's all jam-packed like this, a lot will die. A lot will die. I had spare research, so I even went for my own TAC missile launcher. As you can see, I'm just sniping the mass points, crippling his production as much as possible. But I've got a terrible angle on one of them, and I'm clipping the shield every so often. In fact, it's all clipping the shield, that's unfortunate. So I retarget. And I'm going for more mass points. At least I did for one volley, I don't know what happened to the next volley. And there's the nuke launched. Who's it going for? It's going for me. I moved my planes out of the way. Luckily my comms nowhere near my base. And even my UEF engineer managed to escape unharmed. So our worst fears can revealed. Now's the time to strike. Using Ruffle King's tanks as bait to draw Dark's land army out. That'll give me a position to bomb. It's just a matter of waiting for that moment. It's a waiting game and it's about to happen. And now's the time to strike. Oh yeah, and look at the damage. Not as much as I'd like, but it definitely turns the tide of the battle. And now Ruffle King just moves out on the factories, getting rid of the shields. That's all I need. Once the shields go down, I can pounce once again. Two more shields, one more shield to go, and here I come. Shield goes down, and there's a bombing run and a comm bomb. Dark really wanted to take as much of our units out as possible, and there's the defeat. I was annoyed at Dark for nuking me there. It had to be me he nuked. Luckily I had nothing of value other than my factories in my main area, so at least I didn't lose a comm. I even managed to keep my UEF engineer. Ever so thankful for that. And my research centre right in the corner, giving me all the research I could ever need. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game. You can check out my channel for more, and you can always subscribe. Yeah.